Greetings, chosen one. Today, we stand at the threshold of something truly divine. The time has come for your transformation. The Lord has spoken, and his message is clear. I will restore to you what was lost. This is not just a verse, it's a divine decree. Yes, you heard correctly. It is not an empty promise, but a powerful declaration of the restoration of your soul's energy, your purpose, and your strength. But before you get too comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, only if you truly enjoy what I do here. If this message is already touching your spirit, type Amen below and let heaven see your faith. Share your thoughts and how this message resonates with you in the comments. Feel led, hit subscribe, and walk this journey with us. You are at the beginning of a powerful journey, chosen one. As you listen to this, let yourself sink into the truth of the words you are hearing, because the time has come for you to stop feeding what drains your soul. Close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and feel the weight of the world as it has been pressing upon you. Perhaps it is the anxiety of daily life, the noise that constantly pulls you in different directions, or the people who demand your attention and energy without giving back. The weight feels heavy, doesn't it? It's as though you're carrying a burden that was never meant for you. But hear this now. God has not designed you to be weighed down by these things. Feel the presence of the divine as you sit in this moment. There is a call in the air, a sacred invitation, urging you to step forward into the light, to shed the old ways, the distractions, and the forces that have long drained your spirit. The choice is yours. But God's invitation to transform your life is clear. Your soul has been crying out for restoration, for release from the chains that have kept it tethered to the draining elements of the world. You are not meant to walk through life sluggishly, burdened by unnecessary weight. You are called to soar, to rise above the mundane, to stand strong and steadfast in the light that God has placed in you. This is your time. The journey may seem daunting. You may wonder, how can you navigate this change? How do you even begin to let go of all that has drained you? These questions are natural, and you're not alone in this. The Lord is with you, guiding your steps with divine precision. You are not stepping into the unknown alone. God is walking beside you. But before you can walk into this transformation, you must first recognize what has been draining you. You need to understand the forces that have subtly, often unnoticed, been pulling your energy away from your divine path. These forces may come in many forms, from toxic relationships to negative thought patterns, to habits and environments that steal your peace. It's time to identify these draining forces and begin the process of releasing them. Let's take a moment to examine what has been draining your soul. Think of the last time you felt completely exhausted physically, mentally, and spiritually. Was it a conversation you had with someone? Perhaps a project that left you feeling drained and unfulfilled, even though you gave it your best. Maybe it's the constant barrage of demands from the world around you, the overwhelming messages that flood your mind daily, all telling you what you should be doing, what you should have, who you should become. These are the forces that deplete your energy, and they often masquerade as necessary distractions. The truth is, you've been feeding these distractions for far too long. The demands of the world, whether it's the need to please others or the pressure to conform to a certain standard, have been eating away at your soul. Every time you compromise your values or divert your attention away from what truly matters, you're feeding something that doesn't serve you. This is a soul-draining cycle, and it's time to break free. You may be wondering, but how do I let go? How do I stop feeding what drains me? The first step is awareness. Without understanding what is taking your energy, you cannot begin to release it. You must look inward and reflect on the things, the people, and the habits that have kept you from your true purpose. This is the process of spiritual awakening. As you become aware of what is draining you, you begin to see it clearly for what it is. You can then take the necessary steps to guard your soul and protect your divine energy. The power of discernment is crucial here. Chosen one. Discernment is a divine gift that allows you to see things as they truly are, not as they appear. Through discernment, you will gain the clarity needed to differentiate between what is beneficial to your soul and what is merely a distraction. God has given you this gift of discernment to help guide you through the noise of the world. When you allow yourself to truly listen, to silence the distractions and tune into the whisper of the divine, you will begin to recognize the subtle clues that show you where your energy is being drained. It is in these moments of stillness and quiet that you will begin to hear God's voice more clearly. Feel the divine presence around you, chosen one. It is here, right now, guiding you through this process. Trust in God's guidance and know that as you release the things that drain you, you will begin to feel lighter, more alive, and more aligned with your true purpose. This transformation will not happen overnight. There will be struggles along the way, times when you feel uncertain, when the distractions of the world call to you. But remember this: as you grow in spiritual awareness, you will begin to develop the strength to resist these temptations. The key to overcoming them lies in your ability to trust in the process, to rely on God's guidance, and to stay committed to your path. The struggle may feel overwhelming at times, but every step forward is a victory. Every moment you choose to release what drains you is a moment of transformation. You are not the same person you were yesterday, and you will continue to evolve into the version of yourself that God has designed you to be. Let this be your affirmation, chosen one. I release what no longer serves me. I protect my soul's energy and walk in the light of divine guidance. As you move forward in this journey, know that you are not alone. God is with you every step of the way, strengthening you, guiding you, and protecting you. You are destined for greatness, and it is through the release of what drains you that you will come into the fullness of your divine purpose. In the world you live in, there are forces at play that can subtly drain your soul. These forces often hide in plain sight, disguised as harmless distractions or everyday obligations. It's easy to overlook them, as they have become so woven into the fabric of your life. But chosen one, the time has come for you to stop turning a blind eye to these soul-draining elements. The distractions of the world are more powerful than you realize. The constant pull of technology, the pressure to meet expectations, the demand for your time and attention. These forces are all designed to sap your energy and divert your focus away from your divine purpose. They take root in your mind and your heart, slowly eating away at the energy meant to be devoted to your spiritual growth and the pursuit of your calling. Take a moment to reflect, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and allow yourself to truly feel the weight of all the external pressures on your soul. Is it the incessant notifications from your phone calling you to respond, to engage, to keep up with the noise? Is it the toxic relationships that demand more from you than they give, pulling your energy away from what truly nourishes you? Perhaps it's the endless cycle of work and responsibility, where there's always one more task to complete, one more person to please, but never enough time to rest or restore. These are the things that drain you, chosen one, and the challenge here is recognizing them for what they are: distractions designed to pull you away from your divine purpose. They may seem harmless at first glance, even necessary. After all, don't you need to keep up with your responsibilities? Don't you need to stay connected with the world around you? Don't you have to fulfill the expectations placed on you by others? Yes, there is a time and place for responsibility and connection, but when these demands begin to overshadow your spiritual well-being, they become soul-draining. They begin to steal your peace, distract your mind, and pull you away from the stillness and clarity that are necessary for growth. These distractions, these forces, are not in alignment with the divine purpose God has placed in your life. God has created you for a higher calling, chosen one, and this calling requires clarity, focus, and peace. It requires a heart that is free from the clutter and noise of the world. It demands that you protect your soul's energy, nurturing it with the things that bring you closer to God and your true purpose. But how can you protect your soul from these distractions if you don't first acknowledge them? The first step in this process is awareness. You must open your eyes to the forces that are draining you. You must examine your life, your habits, and your relationships with honesty. This is not a time to sugarcoat the truth, to ignore the things that are weighing on your soul. This is a time for deep introspection, where you allow yourself to see things as they truly are. What are the things that keep you from stillness? What are the things that leave you feeling empty, disconnected, or depleted after you engage with them? These are the things that drain your soul, and they must be identified before you can begin the work of releasing them. As you begin this process of self-examination, do not be discouraged if the list of soul-draining forces feels long. There is no shame in acknowledging the distractions that have crept into your life. What matters now is that you see them for what they are and that you choose to let them go. It's important to understand that this is not a condemnation of the world around you, nor is it an indictment of the things that bring you joy. God has created beauty in this world, and there is much to be enjoyed and appreciated. However, the key is balance. There is a difference between enjoying the blessings of life and allowing them to consume you. You must cultivate the wisdom to know when something is out of balance in your life. When you spend too much time on things that drain you, whether that's social media, work, or even relationships that take more than they give you, lose sight of the divine purpose you are meant to fulfill. This is where the challenge lies. The world will continue to throw distractions your way, but you have the power to choose. You can choose to engage with what nourishes you and disengage from what drains you. You can choose to focus on your spiritual growth, on the things that draw you closer to God, and on the relationships that lift you up rather than those that tear you down. The Lord has given you the strength to make these choices, chosen one, but it's not always easy. There will be moments when you feel the tug of the world pulling at you, urging you to give in, to return to the things that have drained you for so long. It will take courage to resist those temptations, but you have the power to do so. This is where your spiritual discernment becomes a powerful tool. The more you cultivate this divine gift, the clearer it becomes when something is pulling at your energy in a negative way. You will begin to feel the shift in your spirit when you engage with things that don't serve your highest good. You will begin to hear God's voice more clearly, guiding you away from distractions and toward what truly matters. You are being called to a higher purpose, chosen one, and this journey will require you to make conscious decisions about where you place your energy. Every decision you make, every moment you choose to protect your soul, is a step closer to the divine transformation that awaits you. Remember this: when you release what drains you, you make space for what will elevate you. You make room for the divine to fill you with peace, clarity, and purpose. You open the door for your soul to be nourished by the things that truly matter, and as you do, you will find yourself stepping into the fullness of your divine calling. Trust in the process, and trust that as you release the distractions of the world, you will be filled with the strength, the wisdom, and the peace that only God can provide. Now that you have begun to recognize the forces that drain your soul, chosen one, it is time to take the next step in your divine transformation, reclaiming your energy. For too long, you have allowed distractions, toxic relationships, and negative patterns to steal your peace, your clarity, and your spiritual strength. It's time to stop feeding what drains you and start nourishing what restores you. In this section, we'll explore how you can protect your soul's energy by choosing the things, the people, and the environments that uplift you, This is not about avoiding responsibility or shutting out the world, but about creating boundaries that allow you to preserve your energy for the things that truly matter, things that draw you closer to God, to your purpose, and to your highest self. Start by imagining yourself standing in a beautiful garden. The air is fresh, filled with the scent of blooming flowers, and the sun shines gently on your face. This garden represents your soul, a sacred space that God has entrusted to you. It's up to you to tend to it, to nurture it, and to protect it. Just as a gardener chooses which plants to cultivate, you must choose what to allow into your soul's garden. The first thing a gardener must do is remove the weeds. Weeds are the distractions and negative forces that threaten to overtake the garden, draining its nutrients and choking out the plants that should thrive. In your life, these weeds may be the toxic relationships that drain your energy, the negative thought patterns that cloud your mind, or the habits that pull you further away from your true purpose. It's time, chosen one, to pull these weeds from your soul. It won't be easy. Some of them have been there for a long time, and the process of uprooting them may cause discomfort. But remember this: you are not alone in this process. God is with you, providing the strength you need to remove what no longer serves you. The more you clear out the weeds, the more space you create for the flourishing of your spirit. But it doesn't stop there. Once the weeds are gone, you must begin to plant seeds that will nourish and strengthen your soul. These seeds represent the things, the practices, and the relationships that align with your divine purpose. They are the things that fill you with peace, joy, and energy. These are the moments of stillness with God, the moments when you pour your heart out in prayer, when you meditate on His Word, when you allow yourself to rest in His presence. These seeds are also the positive relationships that help you grow, relationships with people who uplift you, encourage you, and walk alongside you in your spiritual journey. Surround yourself with those who see the divine within you and help you walk in alignment with your purpose. These people may not always agree with you, but they will always support you in your growth, and that is what matters. It's also essential to cultivate an environment that nurtures your soul. Your physical space can have a profound impact on your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Is your environment peaceful, or does it feel chaotic and draining? Take a moment to reflect on the space around you. Is there clutter? Are there things that weigh you down or remind you of negativity? These physical manifestations can be draining in subtle ways. Consider what changes you could make in your environment to create a space of peace and tranquility. This could be as simple as tidying up your space, removing items that no longer serve you, or creating an altar where you can connect with God. The more you make your environment a reflection of peace, the easier it will be for your soul to rest and recharge. One of the most important ways to protect your soul's energy is by setting boundaries. Boundaries are a form of self-care that allow you to maintain your spiritual health. They protect you from the demands of others and help you focus on what truly matters. Setting boundaries may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you are used to saying yes to everything and everyone. But remember, chosen one, your energy is a precious gift. You cannot give from an empty cup. You may need to set boundaries with people who demand too much of your time and energy. This doesn't mean you must cut them out of your life, but it may mean that you need to limit the time you spend with them, or set clear expectations about what you are willing and able to give. If there are relationships in your life that consistently drain you without offering support or nourishment, it may be time to reassess their place in your life. It's also important to set boundaries with your time. In the modern world, there is always something to do, someone to respond to, or some task to complete. But if you are constantly busy, you will never have time to focus on your soul's nourishment. Make time for stillness, for reflection, for prayer, and for rest. Don't let the busyness of the world pull you away from the things that matter most. The beauty of reclaiming your energy is that it allows you to step into your divine purpose with clarity and strength. As you let go of what drains you, you make space for what aligns with your true calling. This is where the magic happens. You begin to feel lighter, more focused, and more connected to the divine. You begin to see the world through a clearer lens, recognizing the opportunities and blessings that God is placing in your path. But remember, chosen one, this is a process. It is not something that happens overnight. Reclaiming your energy requires patience, persistence, and a commitment to your own well-being. There will be moments when the weeds try to creep back in, when the distractions and demands of the world pull at you. But each time you choose to protect your energy, you strengthen your ability to stay focused on your divine path. As you begin to reclaim your energy, you will notice a shift in your spirit. You will feel more grounded, more aligned with God's purpose for your life. You will begin to experience a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment, knowing that you are walking in the light of your divine calling. Let this be your affirmation, chosen one. I protect my soul's energy. I nurture what nourishes me and release what drains me. You have the power to reclaim your energy, and as you do, you will step into a new chapter of your divine journey. Trust in the process and trust in God's guidance. He is leading you toward a life of peace, purpose, and spiritual strength. Now that you've begun the important work of recognizing the forces that drain your energy and reclaiming it for what nourishes your soul, it's time to step into a deeper level of spiritual awareness. Chosen one, this next phase of your journey is an awakening, a moment where the fog begins to lift and the truth of your path becomes clearer. It's through this spiritual awakening that you begin to understand not only the world around you, but also your place within it. You've spent so much time being pulled in different directions by external demands, and now it's time to center yourself in the stillness of God's presence. When you let go of what drains you and create space for the divine to fill, the clarity you seek will emerge. This is not just about seeing the world more clearly, it's about seeing yourself as God sees you. Imagine, for a moment, that you are standing at the edge of a forest filled with both shadows and light. The trees before you are vast, ancient, and full of life. But in order to move forward, you must step into the unknown, where the light filters through the leaves, casting soft beams that guide your way. This forest represents your spiritual journey, and the unknown is the space between who you were and who you are becoming. As you step into this space, you may feel uncertain or unsure of what lies ahead. But know this, chosen one, the divine path is not always about certainty, it's about trust. Trusting that even when you don't have all the answers, God is guiding you every step of the way. In those moments of doubt, when you feel lost or confused, it is essential to remember that your spiritual awakening is not about achieving perfection, but about aligning yourself more closely with God's will for your life. This awakening process is a deep inner shift. It's a shift in how you see yourself, how you interact with the world, and how you respond to the challenges that arise. It's about recognizing that you are more than your circumstances. You are more than your past mistakes, more than the pressures that have weighed you down. You are a beloved child of God, with a divine purpose waiting to unfold. In the moments of stillness that you now embrace, you begin to hear God's whispers more clearly. His guidance may come in many forms, through a verse that resonates deeply in your spirit, through a peaceful moment of prayer, or through a gentle thought that leads you in a new direction. You will begin to recognize that these moments are not random. They are divine nudges, guiding you on the path toward your higher self. But spiritual awakening doesn't only occur in moments of peace and reflection, it is also revealed in the challenges you face. The struggles that once seemed overwhelming now appear as opportunities for growth. With each obstacle, you are being shaped, refined, and drawn closer to your purpose. The awakening process is not always comfortable. It can be a difficult and sometimes painful journey. But as you embrace it, you will find yourself evolving into a more resilient, wiser, and stronger version of yourself. You may encounter moments when it feels like the world is pressing in on you, when the distractions and demands threaten to pull you back into the old ways. But it's in those moments that you must remember the work you've done to reclaim your energy and nurture your soul. You have learned how to discern between what feeds you and what drains you. You now have the tools to protect your soul's peace, and those tools will serve you in moments of difficulty. Remember, chosen one, this awakening is not a one-time event. It's a process, a continual journey of spiritual growth. With each step you take, the light of God's guidance becomes brighter, and the path ahead becomes clearer. As you move forward, you will begin to feel more connected to your true self, to your purpose, and to the divine plan that God has set in motion for your life. The key to this spiritual awakening is awareness. Awareness of God's presence in your life, awareness of your own inner strength, and awareness of the divine calling that beckons you. The more aware you become of these things, the more you will begin to see the world through a new lens, one that is shaped by divine purpose rather than worldly distractions. This newfound awareness will also bring a deeper sense of peace. When you align yourself with God's purpose, you are no longer tossed around by the chaos of the world. You are anchored in the stillness of His presence. You are no longer driven by the need to prove yourself or gain approval from others. Your validation comes from God alone, and that brings a deep and abiding peace that cannot be shaken by the circumstances of life. In this space of awakening, chosen one, you begin to realize something powerful. The transformation you are undergoing is not just for you, it is for the world around you. As you step into your divine calling, you become a beacon of light to those around you. Your journey of transformation has the power to impact others, to inspire them to seek their own divine path. But you cannot pour into others if you are empty yourself. That is why this awakening is so crucial. It allows you to become filled with the peace, strength, and purpose that you need to fulfill your calling and make a difference in the lives of those around you. So, chosen one, take a deep breath and allow yourself to fully embrace this moment. The journey of spiritual awakening is not always easy, but it is always worth it. As you awaken to the divine purpose that is unfolding within you, you will find that the clarity, peace, and strength you seek are already within you. Let this be your affirmation. I am awake to the divine purpose within me. I trust in God's guidance, and I am open to the transformation He is bringing into my life. As you continue on this path, know that you are not walking alone. God is with you every step of the way, and through His grace you will continue to evolve, to awaken, and to step into the fullness of your divine calling. Now that you have begun to reclaim your energy and step into a deeper spiritual awakening, you are ready to recognize something even more profound: God's divine guidance in your life. Chosen one, as you journey further into this transformation, you will begin to see that even in your moments of struggle and uncertainty, there is a guiding hand leading you toward your purpose. That hand is the hand of God, whispering to your spirit and leading you through every step of your journey. Divine guidance is not always loud or obvious. It is subtle, often coming in the form of gentle nudges, quiet whispers, or moments of clarity in the midst of chaos. God speaks to you not only through scripture and prayer, but also through the circumstances of your life, through your thoughts, and through the people He places in your path. You are never without direction, chosen one, for God is constantly guiding you, even when you don't realize it. But how do you recognize His guidance? The key is learning to listen. The world is filled with noise, distractions, demands, and pressures that can make it difficult to hear the subtle voice of God. But in the stillness of your heart, When you create space for quiet reflection and prayer, you begin to hear his whispers more clearly. It is in these moments of stillness that you become more attuned to the divine direction he is offering. God's guidance is not just about the big decisions in life. It is also about the small moments, the daily choices that shape your path. It may be a thought that crosses your mind, a reminder to be kind to someone you've been avoiding, or a sudden urge to take a different route on your drive. These seemingly insignificant moments are often where God is leading you. He uses these subtle cues to steer you in the direction of your higher calling. Take a moment now, chosen one, and reflect on the times in your life when you felt a sudden sense of clarity, when you made a decision that led you in the right direction, even though you didn't fully understand why. Perhaps it was a small step, like choosing to speak up in a conversation or walking away from a situation that no longer served you. These are the moments where God's guidance shines through, offering you direction when you need it most. One of the most important aspects of divine guidance is trust. Trust that God's direction is always for your good. Trust that he is leading you, even when you cannot see the full picture. You may not always understand why you are being guided in a certain direction, and you may encounter moments of doubt along the way, but know this: God's plans for you are always better than your own. When you place your trust in him, you open yourself to the fullness of his plan for your life. There will be times, chosen one, when God's guidance comes through in the form of struggle. Struggles and challenges are not signs of abandonment, rather, they are part of God's divine process of shaping and refining you. In those difficult moments, God is still speaking to you, teaching you patience, perseverance, and faith. When you face trials, remember that God is refining your character and preparing you for the next chapter of your journey. His guidance is not always easy, but it is always purposeful. As you move forward, you may encounter situations where you feel torn between different paths. There may be decisions to make that seem equally good, but you are unsure which one to choose. This is where divine discernment becomes a vital tool. When you seek God's guidance, trust that he will give you the wisdom to know which path is right. The more you cultivate your spiritual awareness, the clearer it becomes when you are being led in the right direction. In these moments of indecision, take time to pause and listen. Pray for guidance, reflect on the stillness of your heart, and trust that God's voice will be made clear to you. The more you practice listening for God's direction, the more familiar his voice will become. God's guidance often comes through others as well. There may be people in your life who offer wisdom, encouragement, and insight, helping you discern the next step. These individuals may be friends, mentors, or even strangers who speak words that resonate with your spirit. Pay attention to the guidance that comes through them, for it is God's way of speaking to you through the people he has placed in your life. There is also power in surrounding yourself with a community of believers. When you walk alongside others who share your faith, you strengthen your ability to hear God's voice more clearly. The support and prayer of others can help you stay on track and remain open to the divine guidance that is available to you. As you continue on this journey, chosen one, remember that divine guidance is always available to you. It is not a distant concept, but a present reality. God is constantly speaking to your heart, offering direction and wisdom, if only you are willing to listen. The more you open your heart to his voice, the more clearly you will hear his guidance leading you toward your true purpose. But divine guidance is not only about hearing, it's about acting. Once you receive God's direction, you must take the steps to follow it. Trust that God will give you the strength and courage to move forward, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. Remember, chosen one, that when God guides you, he will equip you with everything you need to succeed. Take heart in knowing that you are never alone on this journey. God is with you, guiding you, strengthening you, and preparing you for the divine purpose he has set before you. Let this be your affirmation, chosen one. I trust in God's guidance, I listen for his voice, and I follow the path He has set for me. With each step you take, know that God is leading you toward the fullness of your purpose. As you align with His will, you will continue to experience His divine presence, His peace, and His strength, and you will walk confidently in the direction of your destiny. Now that you have learned to recognize and embrace divine guidance, chosen one, we move into the next powerful stage of your journey, the development of discernment. This is not just the ability to make good decisions or to choose wisely in moments of uncertainty. It is a divine skill that allows you to deeply understand the spiritual forces at work in your life. Discernment will sharpen your ability to distinguish between what nourishes your soul and what drains it, helping you to make choices that align with your divine purpose. In the world you live in, there are constant distractions, temptations, and competing voices. Some of these influences are good, guiding you toward growth and truth, while others are rooted in darkness, seeking to lead you astray. Your ability to discern between the two will be crucial in walking the path that God has set before you. Without discernment, you may find yourself overwhelmed by the noise of the world, pulled in many different directions, unsure of which way to go. But with discernment, you will find that the path becomes clear, and the choices that align with your highest calling become easier to recognize. Discernment is a spiritual gift, one that God has graciously provided to those who are committed to walking in His truth. It is a gift that must be cultivated, however, through prayer, reflection, and the study of God's Word. It is developed over time, and the more you practice discerning the spiritual forces at work in your life, the more acute your ability will become. Picture a fisherman, chosen one, standing by the river, casting his line into the water. The fisherman knows the river well, the way the current flows, the depth of the water, the patterns of the fish. His skill doesn't come from simply throwing the line in without thought. It comes from his careful observation, his patience, and his knowledge of the river. Similarly, your discernment is developed through prayerful observation and an intimate relationship with God. When you allow yourself to be still before Him, to listen for His voice, and to study His Word, your ability to discern the spiritual currents around you becomes sharper. One of the first things you will learn through the cultivation of discernment is the ability to recognize the voice of God, just as a sheep knows its shepherd's voice. John 10:27. You will become increasingly attuned to God's whisper in your spirit. God's voice will not always be loud or dramatic. It may come as a gentle prompting, a thought that seems to arise from deep within you, or a sudden clarity in a moment of decision. But the more you listen, the more you will recognize the distinct sound of God's voice guiding you. There will be times when the enemy seeks to cloud your judgment, to introduce confusion or doubt. The forces that seek to pull you away from your divine path are often disguised as good opportunities, reasonable choices, or even well-meaning advice. This is why discernment is so critical. Without it, you may be deceived by what appears to be a blessing, only to find that it leads you into spiritual drain or distraction. The enemy's tactics are subtle. He may whisper lies about your worth, distort the truth, to make you question God's plan for your life, or tempt you to settle for less than God's best. But with discernment, you will recognize these tactics for what they are. You will develop the spiritual sensitivity to hear the lies and counter them with God's truth. You will learn to distinguish between the voice of your flesh and the voice of the Holy Spirit. To cultivate discernment, chosen one, it's essential that you commit yourself to prayer and meditation. When you pray, you invite the Holy Spirit to reveal the truth to you, to open your eyes to the spiritual forces at work. You must ask God for wisdom and understanding, for He promises to give it generously to those who seek it. James 1:5. And as you meditate on His Word, you allow it to become a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Psalm 119, Ibaling Wu. The more you immerse yourself in Scripture, The more aligned your spirit becomes with God's will, and the clearer your discernment will be. Another powerful tool for cultivating discernment is community. When you surround yourself with fellow believers, you create an environment where discernment can thrive. God often speaks to us through others, using their wisdom, experiences, and insights to guide us. Don't be afraid to seek counsel from those who are mature in the faith, who can help you see things from a different perspective. In times of uncertainty, God will often use the wisdom of others to confirm His will for your life. Yet, even with all the tools of discernment at your disposal, there will still be times when the path ahead seems unclear. You may face moments when you don't know which direction to take, when the decision feels too complex to make on your own. In these times, remember that God's guidance is not always about having all the answers immediately. Sometimes, discernment comes in the form of peace, peace that transcends understanding, peace that assures you that you are on the right path, even when the way forward isn't fully visible. Trust that God's peace will guide you when you need it most. It is also important to recognize that discernment does not only help you in making decisions about what to do, but it also helps you understand when it's time to let go of certain things, people, or habits that no longer serve your soul's purpose. Discerning what to release is just as crucial as discerning what to embrace. Sometimes, the hardest part of walking in alignment with God is letting go of what we've held on to for so long. But when you allow discernment to guide you in these moments, you'll find that letting go makes room for God's better plan for your life. As you develop your ability to discern, you will become more attuned to the spiritual atmosphere around you. You will begin to feel the shifts in your spirit when you are surrounded by negativity or spiritual darkness, and you will learn how to protect yourself from these influences. Discernment will also help you recognize when you are in alignment with God's will, giving you the confidence to move forward boldly, knowing that you are walking in His purpose. This is not a one-time exercise, chosen one, but a lifelong process. The more you practice discernment, the sharper it becomes. With time, you will learn to trust your intuition, knowing that it is shaped by the Holy Spirit. You will find that decisions become easier, and the path forward becomes clearer as you walk in divine wisdom. Let this be your affirmation, chosen one. I cultivate divine discernment. I trust in God's guidance and listen for His voice in every decision I make. As you move forward in this journey, remember that discernment is a gift, and like any gift, it requires care and attention to grow. Keep seeking God's wisdom and know that He will continue to lead you on the path toward your divine purpose. As you continue to deepen your understanding of divine guidance and develop discernment, chosen one, you are now entering the stage of your spiritual transformation, where trust becomes your greatest ally. Trust is not simply a passive state of belief, it is an active choice. A decision to place your confidence in the divine, even when the path ahead seems unclear or uncertain. It is the key to unlocking the fullness of your transformation and stepping into the purpose that God has planned for you. The journey of spiritual transformation often feels like stepping into the unknown. There are moments when the future seems murky, when the direction you should take feels unclear, and when doubt and fear threaten to cloud your mind. Yet, even in these moments, God is calling you to trust that He is leading you, even when you cannot see the way. Trusting God is an act of surrendering your will to His, knowing that His plan for you is far greater than anything you could imagine for yourself. Take a deep breath, chosen one, and feel the weight of that truth settle in your spirit. God's plan for you is greater than your own. Every step you take, every decision you make, and every challenge you face is part of His divine purpose for your life. This is not a journey of random events, but a purposeful walk that God is orchestrating with precision. He is with you every step of the way, even when you cannot see the next step ahead. This is where trust becomes crucial. When you trust in God's plan, you surrender control. You let go of the need to have all the answers, to know exactly how everything will unfold. You release your attachment to the timing and the methods, trusting that God's timing is always perfect. There is a peace that comes with this kind of trust, a peace that transcends your understanding and allows you to move forward in faith. But trust doesn't come easily. Chosen one, it is something that must be developed over time. You build trust with God by looking back at His faithfulness in your life. Reflect on the times when He has carried you through trials, when He has answered your prayers, and when He has provided in ways you never expected. These are the moments that show you that God is trustworthy. Think back to the times in your life when you were in a season of uncertainty or struggle, and yet you came through it stronger and wiser than before. Perhaps you didn't see the way out at the time, but in hindsight, you can now see how God was working behind the scenes, guiding you, strengthening you, and leading you to a place of deeper trust. Those moments are proof of God's faithfulness, and they serve as a foundation for trusting Him in the present moment. One of the challenges of trust is that it often requires waiting. God's timing is not always aligned with our own desires or expectations. There will be times when you are waiting for answers, for breakthroughs, or for the fulfillment of promises that God has spoken over your life. Waiting can be difficult, especially when the world around you seems to be moving at a fast pace. But in the waiting, God is teaching you patience and perseverance. He is refining your character, preparing you for the next step in your journey. During these times of waiting, trust becomes an act of patience. It is a decision to rest in the assurance that God's plan is unfolding at the perfect time. When you trust God in the waiting, you allow yourself to embrace the peace that comes from knowing that He is in control. There is a quiet strength that comes from resting in His timing, knowing that He will reveal the next step when the time is right. But trust is not only about waiting for what God will do in the future, it's also about trusting His presence in the present. Even when the path ahead seems uncertain, you can trust that God is with you right now, guiding you, comforting you, and strengthening you. You are never alone in this journey. His presence is constant, and His love is unwavering. When you trust in His presence, you can move forward with confidence, knowing that He is always by your side. One of the most profound aspects of trust is that it opens the door for transformation. When you trust God fully, you allow Him to transform you from the inside out. Trust is not a passive surrender, but an active collaboration with the divine. It is a willingness to allow God to shape you, mold you, and refine you into the person He has called you to be. The more you trust, the more you step into the fullness of your divine purpose. Trust also allows you to let go of fear and anxiety. When you are rooted in trust, you are no longer consumed by the need for control or the fear of the unknown. Fear is often rooted in doubt, in the belief that you cannot trust the process or the one guiding you. But when you trust, fear loses its grip on you. You can walk confidently, even through the uncertainty, knowing that God has already gone before you and prepared the way. In your moments of doubt or fear, chosen one, remember this: God is trustworthy, His plans are good, and His ways are higher than yours. Trusting Him means letting go of the need to understand everything in advance. It means resting in His promises, knowing that He is faithful to complete the good work He has begun in you. Let this be your affirmation, chosen one. I trust in God's plan for my life. I surrender my need for control and rest in His timing, knowing He is faithful. As you continue to walk in trust, chosen one, you will begin to see the transformation unfold. The more you trust, the more you will step into the fullness of your divine calling. Trust will become the foundation upon which your transformation rests. It will empower you to face every challenge with courage, knowing that God is always with you, chosen one. As you continue to step into the divine trust and spiritual discernment that guide your path, it's time to recognize the most profound part of your journey, the eternal restoration that is unfolding before you. This is not just a transformation in your present life, but an eternal renewal of your soul, your purpose, and your connection to God. The restoration you are experiencing is a divine act that is both now and forever, healing the wounds of the past and preparing you for the glorious future that awaits. God's promise of restoration is not only about fixing what has been broken, it's about making all things new. In the process of your spiritual evolution, you have shed old layers, let go of distractions, and embraced the higher calling that God has placed upon your life. What has been lost, whether it be hope, joy, or purpose, is being returned to you in abundance. But understand, chosen one, this restoration is not a mere return to what was. It is a divine renewal, a deeper, fuller version of yourself that is now emerging, more connected to your Creator than ever before. This divine restoration is a lifelong journey, one that is rooted in God's eternal promises. The very essence of your soul is being restored, not only to its original glory, but to an even greater purpose than you can imagine. God has been working in you, through you, and for you, bringing healing to places that you may not have even known were broken. He is restoring not just your spirit, but your destiny. The path that lies ahead of you is the path of restoration, chosen one, and it leads to a future full of hope, peace, and purpose. Consider, for a moment, how the restoration of your soul transforms your understanding of yourself and the world around you. There was a time, perhaps, when you felt lost, disconnected, or overwhelmed by the weight of life's struggles. But as you release what drains you, as you develop discernment, trust in divine guidance, and walk in the fullness of your purpose, you begin to see the world differently. The restoration is not just a personal healing, it is an awakening to the beauty and potential that surrounds you. As you walk in this restored state, you will begin to notice the changes in your life. The things that once weighed you down no longer have the same power over you. The fears, insecurities, and doubts that held you captive are losing their grip, and you are stepping into your divine inheritance. With each step you take, you are becoming more of the person God created you to be. This is the eternal restoration, the renewal of your spirit, your mind, and your body, so that you can live in the fullness of what God has designed for you. The restoration that you are experiencing is not just for you, but for those around you. As you grow in your divine purpose, you will begin to influence others in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Your transformation will inspire those around you, drawing them closer to God and encouraging them to embark on their own journey of restoration. The light within you will shine brightly, illuminating the way for others who are searching for healing, for hope, and for purpose. Let this truth sink deep into your soul. The restoration of your life is a ripple effect that extends far beyond you. It impacts your family, your community, and the world. When you step into your purpose, fully restored and aligned with God's plan, you become a vessel of divine transformation. You are not simply being restored for your own sake, but so that you can bring that restoration to others. God is using your life as a testament to His power, His love, and His ability to restore all things. As you reflect on the journey you have walked thus far, chosen one, take a moment to recognize how far you've come. You have already experienced deep healing, and the restoration continues to unfold within you. You have released what drained your soul. You have developed divine discernment. You have learned to trust in God's guidance, and you are now walking in your divine purpose. These are the steps of restoration, and with each one, you are becoming more fully who God created you to be. But even as you experience this incredible transformation, know that your journey is not finished. The process of restoration is ongoing. Each day brings new opportunities for growth, for healing, and for stepping deeper into God's plan for your life. There will be moments of challenge, but in those moments, remember that the restoration process is still at work. God is not finished with you yet. He is constantly renewing you, refining you, and preparing you for the next chapter of your journey. Your soul's restoration is an eternal work. God has promised that He will restore what has been lost, and He will never leave you in a state of brokenness. Even when life feels overwhelming or uncertain, remember this: your restoration is secure in God's hands. He is always working behind the scenes, weaving His divine plan for you and bringing you closer to the fullness of your purpose. As you step into the future, chosen one, walk with confidence in the knowledge that you are being restored for a divine purpose. Your life is part of a greater plan, one that is full of promise and hope. Trust in the restoration process, for it is leading you to a place of peace, fulfillment, and spiritual strength. And so, chosen one, as you embrace this final chapter of your journey, know that your soul is healed, your spirit is renewed, and your purpose is clearer than ever. God has restored what was lost, and He is continuing to restore every part of you. Step forward boldly, knowing that the restoration is not the end, but the beginning of something even more glorious. Let this be your affirmation, chosen one: I walk in the divine restoration of my soul. God has healed me, renewed me, and called me to fulfill my divine purpose. As you continue to walk this journey, remember that the restoration you are experiencing is eternal. It is not just for today, but for every day to come. Trust in God's divine timing and His ongoing work within you. Your transformation has only just begun.